what's up, Seekers? Wanugee with GoldenDragonFortunes, your K-Rap psychic. And we're back here. We just did a little reaction video for this new boy group from BigHit, TXT, or Tomorrow by Together, or Tomorrow Together. Anyway, that's the name of the group. And they just came out with their new debut just a few days ago, and we did a little reaction to that, but I want to do a little reading for them, fortune telling reading, and we're going to use our miniature Mah Jong Tiles this time to do that. And I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something I've never done before, and that is I'm going to do just a quick hit, just a quick look into maybe now into the end of the year for each one of the members. All five guys for TXT or Tomorrow by Together. And so I got them right here. I already pulled the towel, so I'm just going to give you a quick hit about what it kind of says, and maybe it'll make sense as you move forward in the future and you kind of look back at it, hopefully. We're going to start at the very top, and that's going to be the, we're going to go from the oldest down to the maknae. So the oldest one here is Joon, Choi Joon. He's 19, and we're just going to look in between now, maybe April to right now, which is March, mid-March to the end of the year. It says that you know, he's really kind of reached his goal or objective finally, and it says that that's given him like an opportunity to finally let go of some disappointments and do a little bit of emotional healing, because you know, he's been training for 4 or 5 years. I think it was with another organization, perhaps another agency before, Cube or somebody, WH, or I don't know who, I forget. But so he's kind of going to have an opportunity here to kind of feel like he finally reached his goal. He finally debuted, and that's going to give him, you know, some opportunity to let go of some disappointments and do a little bit of emotional healing over the next few months. And it says that there's going to be something new that he's going to be kind of focusing on probably in the summertime, probably around July, August, September or so, that it's going to open up his mind a little bit, might maybe expand and kind of, it's a good tile. It's called the lotus. So the lotus represents kind of enlightenment and awakening and the birth of new things. So it's going to be a good period. There also may be a key relationship, partnership, or friendship that may be on his mind at that time. Doesn't say whom, but it says that's the energy. And it says that you know, that's going to lead to him kind of thinking that that's got to move very slowly. You know, the turtle shows up. He's going to move deliberately, slowly, and he's going to be thinking about the long term, the very long term, because he's going to know that it's going to take a lot more perseverance and effort and hard work as he kind of continues to move forward in his training and his activities with BigHit. And so he's going to be working really hard, especially in the last quarter of the year, maybe around September, October, November, around there, December. And yeah, so he doesn't really have a lot of time for this thing, but it seems like there may be something that may be on his mind, you know, about 6 months from now that may have to do with a key relationship or partnership. So we'll have to see. I mean, maybe you shippers, get ready, see who you want to ship. So then that's it for Yeonjun. The next one is the leader, Soobin, Choi Soobin, and he's 18. He's 6 foot, and he is he's a Sagittarius, and these tiles say that, you know, the door has opened for him, the opportunity has opened for him, and there's going to be a lot of emphasis on communications, talking, meeting with people. I mean, he is the leader, but apparently he's kind of shy and quiet. So this is an opportunity for him to open up in the next few months and kind of talk more, communicate more, because he has to as being the leader role. And it says that's going to continue to open up new possibilities for him. And he's going to start to feel maybe some new things, some new energy, feel like he's maybe new things are opening up for him, and he's going to see himself a little bit differently, and you know, just kind of open up as a person and as a personality, which he has to do if he wants to be a performer and the leader. And it seems like that's he's going to communicate more, talk more, and maybe learn some new things about himself, especially around 6 months, 9 months from now. And it says that's going to make him think a lot more deeply about what's important to him and how he feels about it, and kind of do a little bit of soul searching and realize that he needs to just relax more, feel more comfortable and harmonious with himself, and that way he can feel that same way and do that same thing for others, his members around him, and his fans as well. So he's going to be a little bit more relaxed and comfortable by the end of the year, maybe a little more creative as well, and not so shy and uptight. So that's what it says for him. And then the third one is going to be Choi, the third Choi, Choi Bumgyu. He's a Pisces. He's only 17 years old. He needs to gain some more weight. He's very thin, but in fact, all these guys are pretty thin. They're really thin. I mean, 5'10", 120. It's pretty thin. Anyway, for Choi Bumgyu says that he feels really good about the success that he finally debuted, and I mean, he hasn't trained as long, but he's just kind of taking it all in and kind of learning new things and kind of getting the exposure and opening up to new possibilities. And he feels good about the success that he's had and he's going to have over the next few months, next 3 months or so. And it says that there's going to be something he's going to be thinking about for the long term. Again as well, probably in the summertime, about his long-term plans and the perseverance and effort to reach those plans and kind of get prepared for the next thing. And says that he might want to do a little bit more, some creative things. I don't know if he plays guitar or something or instrument, but he might want to, if he can, go home and spend some time home, and he might get some new ideas about creativity, and also maybe, I don't know, there may be some interest in a nicer aesthetic value, maybe some, I don't know, he's pretty young, but there may be some, maybe one of his relatives has a female relative, maybe he wants to see, maybe around the holidays toward the end of the year, but also that maybe some kind of creative things that he might work on, and maybe start to play around with, and maybe, I think he's kind of learning to compose songs, write songs, so that might be an opportunity for him to get some inspiration and think about doing that more. But it's toward the end of the year, it's almost 9 months from now. And then the next one, next youngest is Kang Taehyun. So Kang Taehyun is says that he feels really good about really finally kind of coming out and realizing something special, that they have something special, something pearl-like that's refined and precious. So he's really feeling good about this, and it's kind of his feeling like he has a chance to rise again and maybe reinvent himself. And he's going to be planting some seeds and maybe some ideas of seeing how they kind of grow and develop for him personally, but maybe for the group. And that's going to, he's going to be thinking a lot about how to, I don't know if he's going to have some ideas or some suggestions or be participating, but maybe in some comeback possibilities. He might be maybe playing a little bit more of a role, or maybe being a little bit more participating in some way, but it's going to start slow at first, but he's thinking that this is an opportunity for him to kind of redevelop himself as well, and it's going to take time and effort, perseverance as well, but he's going to also, probably in the year, he would love to have maybe some time to a little bit alone, and if he can, I don't know how much he can because of just the system of being in the dorms and what have you. But there may be an opportunity for him to change where he spends his time a little bit toward the end of the year, and maybe spend a little time that maybe he can think a little bit more about everything and take it in all in and absorb it a bit. And anyway, that's what it says for Kang Taehyun, and he's a Pisces, so they're kind of Pisces are very they're kind of deep thinkers, and they think about things, in their mind, and they kind of like alone time. So I think he has some thoughts about that, and so does Bumgyu a little bit, because he's a Pisces as well. And then the last one is the maknae, Kai Huning, and he's only 16. Young guy, but very talented. Has a musical family, and I think his sister did the K-pop thing. His father was a musician. He's multicultural. He speaks several languages, 4 languages, I think, maybe. Portuguese, Mandarin, Korean, English. I think one of the other guys speaks English too, was Taehyun. Maybe he speaks English too. But anyway, it says that for him, he feels very good about the camaraderie and the group, being the maknae. He likes the support and the brotherhood of TXT. And he thinks that's really good for him to kind of develop and learn, and he can learn a lot and get supported by his older members. And also, there's going to be maybe he's going to realize that maybe there's going to be some need for him to maybe show some of his musical and/or language talents as you kind of move through the year, maybe here and there. It's going to move slowly at first, but he's going to realize that that's going to be maybe something maybe toward the end of the year that maybe come up more. It's going to be a little bit hard for him, a little bit difficult, because it's just a lot of things to prepare, and different languages, and even though he's lived in China for some time, in Korea as well, but it's just going to be hard for him because he's so young. But it says that he's going to feel like after that period, maybe toward the end of the year, that everything comes together well, and that he goes back to maybe feeling the support of the group, which he really wants and really relies on. And there may be a key relationship or partnership that he kind of focuses on more, probably in the group, but it seems like there's going to be a particular person that he's going to get really close to. Maybe he is already, but it seems like it's going to be more so. And they're going to be pretty tight. So again, you shippers, you make your, if you want to look at the shippers in the group, go ahead. That's what you want to do. Anyway, so that's just a kind of a quick overview of all 5 members of TXT and what's going on between now and the year. So why don't you like and subscribe and see what happens, and maybe we'll do some updates down the road for this group and also for other K-pop groups. And if you have some suggestions of who you want to see us react to for the music videos, and also who you want to have a reading for, your favorite K-pop idol or whoever you stand, just like, subscribe, and put in some comments down below, and we'll try to get to them as soon as we can. So until then, till next time, wishing you all good fortunes.